What is going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Move OTX channel here today, guys. Happy Lunar New Year, everybody. Today is New Year's Day, and we're coming at you here today on our one of my favorite hikes through the Palo Alto Baylands trail area, and we're approaching Bixby Park area coming up here. So not only is it New Year's Day, but we are experiencing a king tide here in the Bay Area. So what a king tide is it's when the moon and the sun kind of line up and in line with the Western Hemisphere and creates a gravitational pull on the water in the ocean, basically the Pacific Ocean, and it floods out the San Francisco Bay Area. So a lot of the trails have a lot of water pulled in from the bay. So in addition to our storm weather that we've had, it is a king tide, and we're going to take you guys up and down the trails, and we're going to check out some of the action going on there. Okay, so the parking lots are full, so I had to park outside that way and hike it and hoof it on in. What people don't realize is there's street parking out along towards the airport area and the little cross street that's there, and now we're entering into the Palo Alto Baylands. Okay, so this area, this property is heavily patrolled. You do not want to wander off trail here. It's part of the municipal waterworks and water facility here as well. There's trail cameras set up that the local authorities monitor, okay, for anybody doing anything illegal out here. So this is not the place to do it. They probably move those cameras. They probably do not leave them at the same place all the time. So if you're doing anything illegal or wrong out here, you will get caught. So here we go. So this is the end of Bixby Park. So I'm not going to be going that way. I'm going to be going more this way out towards the water's edge along the Palo Alto Baylands area. Alrighty guys, so we hiked into the park. So this is the Bixby Park area, and as you can see, the lot is completely full, and it usually does that on King Tide days. King Tide events always end up attracting a lot of people out to this trail. So just so you know, you can park outside like I showed you, and you can hike on in pretty easily. And that's the Bixby Park side of things. So those rolling green hills technically are an old landfill site. So they've capped it over, they've dirt covered or whatever covered it over, and they converted the Bixby Park landfill area into a nature preserve. And that's actually a fun series of trails as well. And we are not going to be going that way. We're going to be going this way along the water's edge, and as you can see, the tide is swelling. So the actual technical high tide is at 11:08 a.m. and that's in a few minutes actually. So I think, and I suspect, the website alerts to king tide when the planets align, but I think the water and the gravitational pull of the planets, it takes the water at least 30, 40, 60 minutes to actually swell and make its way into the bay. So I'm just going to chill here for a bit, and we're just going to kind of enjoy the sights, and we'll take you out on there. Alrighty guys, here we go. Off we go. So I apologize for the wind. It's a little bit breezy today, but not too bad, I don't think. So I'm going to try and leave the wind noise reduction off on my camera. Hopefully it's not too bad, but it's definitely breezier today than other days that I've been out here. So there is land mass out there, and it's just the high tide has completely engulfed everything. So there's actually a trench, a deep creek trench that goes down around this way, but today it's all swamped and all covered over. So the other thing you're seeing too is our close proximity to the Palo Alto airport. A lot of small prop planes landing and flying. So the other phenomenon you're seeing here too, in effect, is the result of just months of rainstorms. So we've had the entire California state has been just swamped with atmospheric river conditions coming in off the Pacific and really downpouring onto the entire state of California. So the earth and the ground is already pre-soaked. And thinking back to it, I think the last clear blue sky weekend we had was probably back towards the end of November, okay? So it's mid-January now. So thankfully, we're solving our drought issue, but at the same time, a lot of places in California along the coast are susceptible to flooding and flood dangers. So a lot of these areas, the water level is rising, coming right up next to the trail, right up here. And some of my favorite rest areas and rest stop areas are getting flooded out. And the water level is creeping in, coming in. And by the time we do the trail hike back, coming back, this will probably be flooded out for sure. So it usually takes quite a while for the water to recede back out. How long? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but so this is another commonly flooded out area right along in here, along this bench here. And once again, water levels are rising, kind of up and above these old concrete sandbags. So I apologize for the wind noise, guys. It's gonna get kind of gusty out here. Oh my! So here's one such area of trail, totally washed out. And yeah, I am not about to trek through that. So that is the result of our king tide. And is it rising still? I think it's still barely rising. You can kind of see it creeping up here on this wood deck. So I'm not about to go that way. Let me try going this way. Can I even make it here? Let's see if I can do this. Whoa! Where are my trekking poles when I need them? Okay. So I'm not sure how much higher this gets. I mean, you can actually see evidence of water intrusion all the way up here, so this will probably keep rising to some degree, and that whole segment of trail is washed out. So I've got to trek along this way, along the roadside. and we'll try and merge back into the trail as soon as it's available. So I was talking to one of the rangers a year ago, and she was saying that there's an initiative to build out a levee structure on the outside of the Palo Alto area to try and protect this shoreline from these king tides. So that was a good year ago when she was telling me that. So I don't know where that is. So obviously it's not completed yet, otherwise we would have some solution to this. And I don't know, is it really something that needs solving? I think it's kind of cool to see Mother Nature take back over, you know? But I can see the need for it. I mean, water and trail damage, it is costly to keep up and to maintain. So there's another little trail merger over here. This is probably still flooded though at this point. Oh yeah, totally. Still totally flooded. That's the trail right there. No way am I going out in that. Woo-wee. Oh, we can go this way. Here you go, guys. We can trek along this way. And this might not be available by the time we make the return hike home back to my car. But I think this is about as high up as it gets right here. We'll see. Nope, I guess I'm wrong. Look, it's still climbing, still gaining. And I don't think that's the effect of wind or waves or anything. That's just the natural level of the water rising. When the water is pretty still, it's not that windy out there. Alrighty guys, so we're doing the hike out along this way towards the water's edge, and we'll pause and chat along the way. Parking lot is not completely full, so I probably could have parked in here, but I wanted to do the hike in from outside and kind of show you guys that. So, plus if I were to park in here, I'd have to do a bunch of zigzagging back and forth, in and out. So sometimes this bench will flood out too, so it's not doing that right now, so maybe later. Maybe not, we'll see. But still, just an amazing sight to see so much water in this basin here. Really hope my camera does it justice. I don't know if it does or not, I can't tell. So they recently put up this series of posts with this rope here. People were walking out along that way, and I don't think they want people going out there. Alrighty guys, we're continuing our trek here. So maybe those of you who are maybe recovering from injuries or surgery, or maybe you're not as able-bodied as you once were, this is a great hike for that, for you. Pretty flat, well-paved, well-maintained trails, tons of things to see out here, and just pause and immerse yourself in the environment. Such a great escape. So this is not the adrenaline junkie, high adventure type of thing. I don't think. Alrighty, y'all, we're coming up on another flooded out bench area. This is one of my favorite places to sit and have a trail lunch. But nope, not today. Not today. And you can see the water level once again spilling out onto the trail. And this is just going to keep doing this as the tide swells up. How much farther it gets, I don't know. I don't know. Parking lots are full once again, or nearing full. A lot of people out and about. Alrighty guys, here's some good information for you guys. So this is the San Francisco Bay Peninsula here, South San Francisco, San Bruno, San Mateo, Redwood City, Palo Alto, and we are right here. A lot of people boating today, and it's not windy enough for the sail. What are they called? It's not windy enough for windsurfing. Windsurfing, is that what it's called? So it's usually when you see white caps and white peaks, that's usually what attracts that crowd. But you can see, normally this is marsh, wet marsh, muddy marsh here, but it's completely engulfed today. Can't tell if the levels are still rising or not, but... So I don't know if you can tell, but there's some people sea kayaking out there. And you never see people that far inland, unless it's a king tide. And there's some children in boats up here. I want to make sure I keep them off my video. So here's the boat launch area. Normally those pillars are way above the floating launch itself. And you can see the land masses out there completely engulfed with water. So Mount Diablo is right up there. Mission Peak, Fremont, is right there. Oh yeah, guys, just as I thought, this whole area is now flooded out. I'm trying to do my return hike back, and the water levels for sure are still rising. Totally flooded out now. And it looks like it's still spreading. You can see the water levels intruding inland. Not sure how much higher it's going to get, but it's definitely still still rising. So here's that other bench area that I suspected would get flooded out, and sure enough, so crowded today. The biggest challenge is trying to keep children off my video. They're everywhere. So I'm not sure how much higher that's going to get, but maybe a little bit, but not a whole lot, I don't think. Wow, this whole area is flooded out now. No way I'm going to hike through that. So earlier I took you guys out here towards this area. We kind of came through here. Not today, not now. Totally flooded out now. Totally flooded now. Let me go this way. Alrighty, everybody, we're continuing on our return trek, or what's available to us. Whoop. Sure, no problem. Yeah, no problem. So this was not flooded out earlier, and it sure is now. And we've got some more signs of trail flooding up there too. So once again, our path is kind of blocked. I'm gonna use my better judgment and go around. Alrighty guys, I think we're gonna wrap up here. Thanks for joining me here today, everyone, on our hike through the Palo Alto Baylands and our adventure during a San Francisco Bay king tide. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed filming it. Please feel free to post comments and questions down below. And as always, everyone, stay safe out there and enjoy the outdoors. I'll catch you all later on the next one.